What's up? Good morning, everybody. Today's podcast is dedicated to Joe Ronan. Joe Ronan was a friend of mine who I had back in high school. We grew up together. We played hockey together. And he was murdered in his home in Reading, Massachusetts. He was shot, and it was over a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to get into the politics of what it was, but it was a part of the lifestyle of drugs. It had to do with a bunch of that, and he was murdered, and that sucks. And today's podcast is dedicated to him. I remember at the time I was buying drugs off Ronan. He was selling drugs to me, just Percocet at the time, and we still talked about goals and ambitions. He was going to be a Marine. He was saying, I'm done, I'm quitting, I'm going to be a Marine, so on and so forth. And I remember, that was the first time he was telling me, Jimmy, you got to get your shit together, man. You can't keep on living this life. You're meant to do better things, yada, yada, yada. And I remember being, so envious that he was joining the military and, doing something good for himself. So, he was always smiling, you'd always see him around. He never had a problem with anybody, man. And I miss Joe. I really fucking miss that kid. And to find out that he had died in that way, it was a shocker. And it really shook the town. It was right down the street from a high school. And whenever I go home, I make an effort to visit him, period. I just always was making an effort to visit him. So, Joe, this one's for you, buddy. We are not affiliated with any 12-step program. Specifically, I am not a representative of a 12-step program. I'm just creating this channel to share my experience, strength, and hope with people, go over some stuff, and hopefully help somebody in their recovery. This podcast is brought to you separate from my teachings at Attainable Dreams, but I do it to give people free information on how to get access to treatment or being free from active addiction, just the freedom from active addiction. So if you know someone or you yourself are struggling with addiction, feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate. I'm a little low energy today. Not low energy, dude, but I got the microphone, so I'm not trying to be loud into the microphone. I also have stand-up tonight. I got a stand-up show at the Laughing Skull tonight at 8 p.m. So if you haven't gotten your tickets already, go ahead and get those. But it is 6:45 in the morning right now. I got the microphone jack, so hopefully my audio comes in a little bit better now. But I got the microphone jack. It's 6:45 on January 11th, 2022. And today what we're going to talk about is faith. Okay, so faith, real quick, is defined as complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So if I have faith, that means that I have complete, 100% trust or confidence. So I trust this person, or I have confidence that they will do it. They'll show up on a certain time. They'll be there for me, whatever the case may be, in someone or something. So I trust that this microphone is picking up my fucking audio. I trust it is, dude. If it's not, I'm gonna be fucking bullshit, but I trust that this is picking up my audio right now. So that's one thing. I trust this something. I could trust someone. So I could trust that a teacher or a doctor, we'll say, is going to give me good, orderly direction. Okay, now why would I have faith in that? The faith is the repeated experiences of trust being fulfilled. So for me, my faith lies in the expectation that my trust and confidence is valid. It makes sense. There's a hypothesis behind it that actually works. So faith, January 11th, 2022. As we develop faith in our daily lives, we find that our higher power supplies us with the strength and guidance that we need. So As we develop faith, again, in the definition, the faith is the trust and confidence in someone or something, and many experiences of that accumulated over time. So that's us developing faith, okay? As we develop faith in our daily lives, so the more we continue to trust other people, trust things, have confidence in these things in our daily lives, the more we develop this faith, and we find that our higher power supplies us, actually gives us the strength and guidance we need. So from doing these day-to-day, trusting people and places and having confidence in them day to day, we're actually seeing that every single day our higher power is giving us the strength and guidance that we need. And actually, he's been supplying it to us the whole time. So that's kind of like the quote, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So faith. All right, listen up. Some of us come into recovery very frightened and insecure, very scared and insecure. We don't know who we are. We don't know why we were doing what we were doing. We want to know. We're scared of our own behavior. We're scared of our own thoughts. I don't really know if this is going to work. I've tried this time and time again. It hasn't helped. My life is unmanageable. I don't like talking about how my life is unmanageable. I'm afraid, and you can tell by like the way that I react to the world. Like, some of us come in like that. Other people don't come in like that. Some come in confidently. They come in happily. They come in fucking ready and willing. We feel weak and alone. Listen up. We are uncertain of our direction and don't know where to go for answers. I mean, in active addiction, dude, every single person would be like, Jimmy, you got to get sober. And I'd be like, okay, how? And nobody provided that answer for me. Nobody had that answer for me. Nobody could tell me how to get sober, bro. So I didn't know where to go for the answers. And when I went to the places that I thought the answers were at, they didn't have those fucking answers. We are told, listen up, we are told if we find some faith in a power greater than ourselves, we will find security and guidance. We want that feeling of safety and strength. But faith doesn't come overnight. It takes time and effort to grow. So we want the feeling of safety and strength. Okay, and we want to rely on a power greater than ourselves to help us find that. Okay, security and guidance. We will find security and guidance. We want that feeling of safety and strength. Okay, like feeling safe. I don't need to worry about anything. I feel comfortable, strong, as if I can make appropriate decisions. Now, all of these things, this faith that we accumulate, doesn't happen overnight. Remember, we're talking about to develop it takes time. To develop a sense that a power greater than ourselves will help us find security and guidance. That requires effort. That requires me trusting things and that being proven. Okay. Our lack of trust did not occur overnight, okay? We didn't become addicted overnight. So remember, easy fucking does it, okay? So a lot of this, you didn't get these problems overnight. Your lack of faith did not come overnight, especially in ourselves. The fear, the insecurity, the weakness, the loneliness that we feel did not come overnight. That's an accumulation of us having faith in it, and trusting that things are going to work itself out, and it not, as a result of our addiction. Okay, now the same type of process happens with anything. Okay, now it gives a solution right here. Okay, on how to get this faith to work. In the end, it says it takes time and effort to grow. Okay, which means that you need to be dedicated to this growth. The same way that if you want, a fucking, an apple tree or whatever. Okay, let's say some plant, like an apple tree, does not grow overnight. It takes days and weeks of sun exposure, pouring water on it day after day, time, effort, getting up, fucking putting the water in the spigot, walking it over, pouring it on, maybe multiple times a day. That takes effort. That takes time in order to get that plant to grow. You're the same way. Humans are the same way. So it takes time. If you want to work on your faith and relying on powers greater than yourself, so let's say you want to understand maybe a therapist can help me. Okay, so you're gonna have to spend time and effort with that therapist. You're gonna have to go out of your way to find a therapist. You're gonna have to spend time with that fucking therapist and actually go over some things. It's not just gonna be physical, it's also mental effort. Okay, I mean, that's if you want that feeling of safety or strength. If you don't want that feeling of safety or strength, you don't want to feel secure and feel as if you can find some guidance, then don't. That's fine too. You don't have to do it. But if you want to do it, this is how you do it. You need to put time into yourself. You need to put effort into yourself if you want it to grow. You need to put time into recovery. If you like in order to quit smoking cigarettes, you need to put time away from cigarettes. And that takes effort to grow, to get that stuff out of your fucking lungs. Okay? Listen here. Oh, and here they are making, and after I make that fucking plant example or analogy, here they are talking about plants. The seed is planted when we ask our higher power for help and then acknowledge the source of our help when it comes. Oof. The seed is planted when we ask our higher power for help and then acknowledge the source of help when it comes. So that would be like somebody praying in the morning saying, God, please give me an opportunity. And then later on in the day, somebody being like, hey, dude, got this job opportunity for you. And then acknowledging that that opportunity came from your higher power. Some people don't acknowledge that. Some people are like, well, I made this happen. It's like, that's arrogant. That's going to get you to think you got it all, and it's just not going to work out. It just isn't. The seed of understanding and building that relationship with your higher power is not there, and that is what we're looking for. That's how our faith is grown in the higher power. You can continue to have faith in yourself, and that's cool, but you're the one who got you here in the first place. So there you go. We nurture the tiny seed of faith with the sunlight of our prayers each day. Dude, I should just fucking read the paragraph before I even fucking talk, because here it is saying the tiny seed of faith, like waking up and praying, that is the sunlight each day. We nurture the tiny seed of faith with the sunlight of our prayer each day. So every day I'm reinforcing my faith with prayer, okay? Our faith grows, a reward, listen up, our faith grows, a reward for living life on its own terms. Living life on its own terms, and you get fucking faith. Who'd have thought, you know? Every day you're like, God, please fucking let me get through this. Like, I just want a normal day, God. Please, I just would like a normal day. And then life on life's terms show up. And our faith grows when we see that as a reward. Like, I got a flat tire or something like that. And you're like, yes! A flat tire, fuck yeah. Like, this is an opportunity. One day we realize our faith has become like a huge spreading tree. It doesn't stop the storms of life, but we know that we are safe in its shelter. So we eventually realize that the faith that we get comes from knowing that, yes, this storm is coming, but it's going to be feeding this tree I have. It's not going to stop the storms, but I got this tree for shelter. I know that I have the strength and the power to get through this, even though it's fucking storming outside, right? Which is an amazing thing, and that's what we want. I want to have faith that even though life on life's terms shows up, that I'm still gonna stay sober. I want to have faith that even though I go here or go there, I'm still gonna stay sober. I'm not gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm not gonna act on my lustful behavior, whatever the case may be. And that comes from doing it day after day after day and reaping the seeds and going out and watering it. The only way to have a tree to sit underneath in the storm is if I'm harboring that tree. I'm taking this tiny seed and saying, one day this is gonna fucking protect me, dude. One day this is gonna fucking save my life. And that's every meeting, every workout, every diet, every day I don't smoke, every day, every time I call my sponsor, every time I do these things, those are little seeds that I'm just growing and I'm watering, so that when I go into life on life's terms, I have something to rely on. I have these tools. I have these fucking sources of strength, safety, guidance, and security. Listen up. Just for today, I know that faith in my higher power will not calm the storm of life, but it will calm my heart. I will let my faith shelter me in times of trouble. So basically, these tools are not going to do the work for me, okay? But they are going to be there, and I will be able to use them in times of trouble. My faith will be able to shelter me from these lives. So just for today, as you're walking around, if you do get into a storm, life on life's terms shows up, how are you going to react to it? Are you going to let your faith shelter you, or are you going to let your fear shelter you? Now, just a little snippet into some other material. There's something out there called the triangle of self-obsession, and they say that faith is the positive outlook on the future. So this is a anxiety attacking fucking tool that is going to be amazing for you, okay? Listen up. Anytime we have anxiety, we are having a negative outlook on the future. We're future tripping, just as simply to put it, okay? And this, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a neuroscientist. I fucking went and did all the fucking research and all the work, and I came up with this. If you want to go do your own research and work, you can go ahead and do that, but I already did it for you. When we have anxiety that is negative thoughts about the future, it could be anywhere from fucking 70 years to 7 seconds from now. Any type of anxiety, it's negative. It's not going to be good. I'm not going to be able to make it, whatever the case may be. One way you can start implementing faith on a fucking moment-to-moment basis is if you ever have a negative thought about the future, turn it into a positive one. Start thinking positively about the future, okay? So you can turn a fearful thought from, oh my God, it's not going to work, to I can do this, it is going to work. And that is how you can begin practicing faith in your life fucking today, fucking now. Just taking any negative thought about the future and flipping it over into a positive thought. I can do this. I am strong. I am worthy. I already have the tools. My higher power's with me. That's it, guys. That is what we're doing today, January 11th, Laughing Skull. Be prepared for the video to drop once I get it back. It's going to be there soon. I'm also dropping a video this week. One of my clients yesterday asked me about, how did I quit smoking cigarettes? What was the thing that I did? What were some fears and barriers that I faced when trying to come to believe that I could quit smoking cigarettes? So I'm going to be dropping that video soon this week. I don't know when. Just stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff right now, because you don't want to miss any of these videos that I'm dropping. If you know someone who's struggling with addiction, make sure to reach out at attainabledreamsllc@gmail.com. We will be sure to put you in touch with a specialist who can get you help today. Other than that, I appreciate you guys being here. Keep coming back. Today's video was dedicated to Joe Ronan, and I'll catch you guys later.